Hi, my name's Kira, and this is my Turning Point PowerPoint video. What do I desire to become? My goal is to become a successful freelance graphic designer. The reason my choice is to go towards freelance is due to the fact that I have quite a few medical issues, and it would be more challenging for me to work full time like I did before. I think, working at home and being my own boss would benefit me more than some people. But yeah, those are my dreams at this point. Um, what interested me in graphic design? I've always been obsessed and in love with art. I like to draw, I like painting, I like creating crochet and knitting, and um, I've just always been an artsy type of person. As a kid, I began coding MySpace layouts. I was about 11 years old and I was doing it, quite often. And I was actually able to sell some of the layouts, and I was making money. Being 11 years old and being able to do that for my friends, I would always get paid, whether it was actual money, food. A lot of people would come hang out so I could show them. And I started doing it for Zanga at the time. There was no Tumblr, but eventually it progressed into that. Um, but then, of course, it all changed to HTML5, which is a little bit more complicated, but it's still incredibly fun. So, my insights and what do they mean to me? They all have different meanings, but the one that I personally chose is avoiding the false path. Um, the reason I chose the false path is because as a kid, when I was 12, 13, I believed that I wanted to go to school and become a forensic scientist. I enjoyed forensics more so because of what you see on TV than what you actually do in person. But my colleges in the area did not have real programs for forensics at the time. So I was basically going to school for biology, and it was just not something that I was ever interested in. And then I decided to go into criminal justice, which also was nothing like what I thought that it would be. Um, and then the further I got along, the more I realized that this is not what I want to do. I didn't want to go into a field just because my family wanted me to, so that I would be able to make money. I wanted to go and do something that I personally enjoyed and that I would have fun doing. Obviously, dream career is to be a freelance graphic designer, like I mentioned before. Um, I've had type 1 diabetes for my entire life, ever since I can remember, and I have other health issues that come along with it. And working from home and being my own boss is going to be more beneficial to me and my health than it would be for me to force myself to get up, whether I'm sick or not, and go work for somebody else and do what they want me to do versus what I want to do. Um, Again, these are the reasons, and this is kind of the way that I personally look at it. Working full time like I did for a really long time, I burnt myself out while I was going for my bachelor's degree. I didn't enjoy it like I thought I would, and it was just too much, and it took a crazy toll in my body. I went from being incredibly skinny to being the weight that I am. And I feel like that's part of burning myself out and being incredibly stressed out. And I think that's kind of why I ventured into freelance. My personal goals are marketing on social media. It's not something that I do very often because I don't really go on social media, but it's something that I hope to work to. And then my second and final one is not giving up. There's always going to be um, things that may stand in my way, but I hope to, you know, ignore them and keep going like I would if I never stopped to begin with. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you guys so much.